We're live. Welcome to our Friday Live brought to you by the Hood. This is our Friday show. We come on and kick it with folks in our community and talk about everything happening in the world of wealth, black finance, black wealth, personal finance, whatever you want to say though. My name is Jimmy. I got my partner in crime, Corey. Corey, what's up, good brother?
Man, I'm tired, but I'm chilling, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, we
first half week in Texas, and I don't know how people live here. Like,
hot.
It's 115, dog.
Yeah, come on,
And
man.
even without no humidity, right? Like we got asphalt, so when I walk outside, it's like getting punched in the face.
Yo, and for those who don't know, we weren't here last week. We missed our show last week because Corey was in the process of moving. Corey has relocated. He's in right outside the Houston, Texas area. So for those in Texas, make sure you holler at Corey, man. Corey's saying that 1 week down there and he's already stressed out because the temperature has been 115. He said it's too hot.
Dumb, man. I can't even go outside. I can't go outside, man.
It's too hot for you, bro.
Yo, I had to hire a Mexican to mow my grass, man.
Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna be quiet because that just sounded crazy. But with that being said, though, what's up, everybody, man? We missed y'all last week, man. Let's see who's here. We got Pascal in the building already. Pascal, what's really, really good? Jose is in the building. What up, Jose? Corey said, how's the love so far? Chaz is in the building. Chaz is out there in Texas with you, man. What's good, Dr. Chaz?
I don't know how you
said move, not love. But I ain't know what y'all. I thought maybe I was an inside joke, y'all. But how's the move so far? My brother Don's in the building. What's really good, Don?
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, how are you? Love them passports on the joint ski. Detroit's in the building. What up, though? Cali is in the building. Hey, Cali. So we got a number of our folks here. While you're here, do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the love button, share this out. Let's get some folks in here and get the kicking it. We're not going to be here a long time, but we will be here for a good time. We're going to do our giveaway as we always do. Talk about a couple stories and get out of here. Can't stay around too long. I actually got to jump on a flight tomorrow morning. I'm flying out to Utah of all places, man. So I ain't even going to ask if anybody that watches us is in Utah, so I'm not even going to bring it up.
You get one hit from Utah every 6 months.
Yeah, but I'll be out there speaking this weekend at a conference. We'll be talking about artificial intelligence and its role with real estate valuation. So that should be fun. I just get a chance to drop some locks bars. You know what I mean? A couple battle rap bars as I give my speech. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm dead ass serious, dog. I'm trying to figure out a way to slow it down in the middle of my talk, but I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna figure it out though.
Slow it down.
I'm gonna figure it out.
You're gonna be viral in the white
community. I'm gonna figure it out though.
They never seen that, man.
I'm literally done speaking events and did locks bars. I do that all.
I'm not saying the locks bar, but if you slow it down, if you tell them to slow it down,
I might tell you we're gonna put it in subtitles or something. Yeah, does the Texas heat? Does that Texas heat feel like hell, Corey? Talking about that Texas heat.
Yes.
He simplified it. Yo, crazy part is, I'm looking at the temperatures in Utah next week, and they talking about being this 105, 10 this.
Yeah, man, global warming real, dog. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me pull it up real fast. I was looking at it today.
We here for a good time, not a long time, because the way the weather is, man, this is nutty.
Yo, it's 90 in Utah right this second, but I was looking like, on a weekly joint, their 10-day forecast, and I ain't seen nothing below the 90s. So it's kind of wild, man.
It's still summertime though. It's August.
Yeah, this is true. But 115 is ridiculous.
Through hottest months of the year.
Yeah, so what is it? Tomorrow they in the 90s, Sunday 93, 93, 97, 87. Yeah, I'm cool.
I mean, that's Philly temperatures.
It's different though when you in a different place. Also, the West Coast is different. They be like, it's drier heat. It's hot.
It's still hot.
Yeah, it's just hot.
It's still hot.
Look, Chad says she in the car right now. It says 107 outside.
Yeah, that's the temperature coming down.
Yo, I'm cool on all that. Anyway, man, how was your weekend of markets, bro?
It was actually pretty good.
That makes one of us. I got clapped all kinds of crazy.
I didn't.
I got beat up. I got a trade right now. I'm down like a stack. And the crazy part is, this is my fault because I didn't set my stop loss. I wasn't paying attention. I was doing something else. I look up. I'm down like $1,000. I was like, yo, I can't be giving them $1,000. It is what it is, though. Randy's in the building. Listen, so, I keep it a beam.
In the markets, I just been trading one ticker, which is the Qs, and I just been waiting for my entries and taking 20%, dog. Like, so I clapped the market for a nice amount this week, just doing that. And so, to recoup some of them moving costs and airplane tickets, because not only did I move, but I moved my son onto a college campus. And, I moved my family across the country. So this is
yeah, no, I get it. Listen, man.
It wasn't just time. It was time and money intensive. So
listen, the market did me greasy. I like to share my wins, so I got also share when I get clapped up all crazy.
Oh, listen, a few weeks ago, like I'm gonna say like a month and a half ago, I caught a bad one. Like I caught a tiger uppercut.
Funny thing is though, even when I lose money like on my trading tip, I always feel good because the one thing I'm consistent about is the long-term buy and holds. So sometimes when I get sad from like getting clapped, I'll just like close that out and go look at the buy and holds so I can feel better about my life. Because the market
open that account like, hey baby.
Yeah, the market had me feeling like Oliver McCall the second time he fought Lennox Lewis, and he was in the ring crying.
My man cried in the ring and walked out.
Yeah, that's how I felt today.
Yeah, my man in the ring. He got punched the first time, and my man turned his back and walked out.
Start crying, man. Anyway, man, Cookie is in the building. What's good, Cookie? Cole is officially here. Hey, LaJoya, how are you? K. Diggy says he wants it to be known that a hair dryer is also dry heat, and that thing
is also hot as hell.
Hey, Dawn said, listening while studying. Dawn, what is it that you are currently studying? Dawn is always on to something. What you studying right now, Dawn?
Yeah, she be on the
move. Trying to sell real estate on Mars or something. She's trying to get her Mars license.
Hey, listen, get that Mars bag. Get that.
Yeah, Mars trying to get that Mars license. Don't be out here doing big things, man.
They buying real estate out there. You might as well get paid to sell it.
Man, I saw a couple of our folks who are in Atlanta for InvestFest. I saw y'all. Shout out to y'all. Be safe out there. Have fun.
My life and my body not built for all of that action right now.
Funny, somebody said, you going? I said, Doug, I'm going to be in Utah. They say, Utah? Hey, listen, man, I go where the work takes me, man.
Yeah, because while InvestFest would have been fun, I know you charged them pale folks a big ass bag to go where you go.
Hey, listen, man, but I go. Rock Noxious is in the building. Rock was really good. Sam is here. What's up, Sam? Appreciate you pulling up. Listen, for those who haven't seen our most recent podcast, check it out. I think it's one of our best podcasts, but I'm biased. So our most recent episode, we were talking about Warren Buffett, but it wasn't specifically about Warren Buffett. It was about the actual assets that Berkshire owns. We were talking about some of the tech valuations, and I'm bringing that up because I'm gonna get to a story in a second. And we also talked about how none of us can trade like Warren Buffett. That's actually the name of the title of the episode. And it wasn't saying that, hey, you can't be a great trader. We actually gave a couple examples of
Buffett, he a beast, yo.
The way he's able to leverage his brand to do certain deals. So we talked about that in the most recent episode. It was very interesting. Yeah. I like the feedback because one of the questions we asked was about something about like about blowing money or something on there. I was reading the comments and I was like, of course, a comment I want you to respond to. Somebody left a comment on one of our YouTube videos. They were like asking you specifically about CJ's education. How'd you put him in position to do what he's doing? So, but anyway, shout out to everybody.
I can tell them now if they ever look. Me and my wife are both teachers, and CJ hasn't seen the inside of a classroom until this year since 5th grade.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna send you the things so you can respond to it on YouTube. But I thought it was
you sent it to me already. I just, I'm only on social media to talk.
I know, Doug. I know. But I just wanted you to respond to them on the vid. But no, I thought that was an interesting question. Shout out to anybody who leaves comments on our YouTube videos. It's definitely appreciated. We're trying to get our YouTube up. Let's see. Dawn says she is studying real estate appraisal economics right now. So you learning about the consistent use theories and all the economic principles. in terms of real estate appraisal. That's my foray. As someone who has a valuation license and it had appraisal license in the past. That's my bag right there. You trying to get the broker's exam? Okay, I heard that. Well, congratulations on that. LaJoya says, crazy week. These high schoolers, I'm teaching basic skills to students, are advanced on many other areas. Biology life. Oh, you teaching biology? Okay. So she's teaching high schoolers. I don't know if I could do that, y'all.
Yo, that's what I just got finished doing.
I still don't know how. I don't know if I could do that. I couldn't teach high schoolers, man. They got smart mouths. So, but biology that's what class I had trouble with? One of the only classes I had trouble with in high school. It wasn't biology. It was physics.
Yeah, physics gave me hell too.
Yo, physics gave me a headache. Just to think about it right now gave me a headache. I'm like, all right, I'm cool with math.
It was the physics teachers too, though. It wasn't just
math, and I'm cool with science. Now you gonna try to combine them on me?
The thing about it, though, and the reason why I actually went
to class,
2 reasons. One, Mr. Harper was teaching it, and if I missed his class, I couldn't go to practice.
Yeah.
2, if it gave me a math and a science credit.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 6 credits for one class. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going.
Yeah. So Kahan's in the building. Let's see. Oh, Raphael's here. Tweets. I was just listening to your podcast. I think yesterday. The episode was the conversation is different when you own something. I said, oh, that's a hard title. And a true statement, right? So shout to Tweet Talk.
The illest statement alive. Watch me.
Shout to Tweet Talk. I've been in a podcast bag the last several days. I was listening to their podcast. I listened to Kamari's podcast. Kamari had a podcast where he was talking about he was using some data about how many 401k millionaires exist. And he was breaking down data, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. He said something about the data showing that people that actually have jobs make more than entrepreneurs across the board. Obviously you have outliers. But he was talking about
90% of the time, because most of the money is in big businesses that employ people.
So yeah. So the other thing is, shout to my brother Don, who's in the comments. I'm not sure who it was, but it's his group that I got it from. I tell you, Don got one of the best groups on Facebook, the Afro's on Fire group. So I was in there, and someone was they were talking about insurance, but that wasn't the point. The point is they got to a discussion about this podcast. It's called let me give you the name of this podcast. Millionaires Unveiled. Now, y'all probably heard of this podcast, but I wasn't familiar with it until yesterday. And I was already on my podcast bag all week. They got 308 episodes. I think I already banged out 10 of them joints. Pause. And what the podcast is they talk to everyday, not celebrities, just everyday people that work, own businesses, sell companies. Some entrepreneurs, a lot of them are just people that work 9 to 5s, but they on paper are millionaires. And they get to talking about their strategies, what they did, how long it took. And out of those 10 episodes, I think the biggest takeaway so far is that there's not one way. There's all kinds of different ways, all kinds of different allocations. Some of them are driving me insane, but it's a dope podcast. And the good thing is I got about 298 episodes left. About to take a long flight.
You got a long flight, bro.
Yeah, I got a long flight. They're not even that long. Each episode is probably 20 to 30 minutes, so it's not even that long.
It's downloaded. You're gonna be in the air for 4.5 hours.
This is true. So the one episode, I'm just gonna talk about this and we can move on. It drove me insane because dude was worth 1.6, 1.7 million, and 90% of his wealth was in one commercial real estate building. And I was like, I don't know about that, dog. I don't know about that, doggy.
1 is too close to 0, bro. I don't know.
Also, my man said, yo, I don't have property insurance on it. I self-insure. So I'm sitting there now, here's the thing, little context. His building is in India, right? But it's worth over $1 million. And something he said on there really stuck out to me as they were asking him questions what you mean you don't insure it? He said something that I actually agree with, the value is more so in the land than the building. So if anything happened, he'll still have his value based upon the land. But he said, I'd rather self-insure than to pay $20,000, $30,000 a year in insurance, right? Now, this is the part that was interesting. So the guy says, what if somebody falls in front of it or sues you for this? He was like, yo, that's an American thing. He said, sometimes in America, you don't realize that like the way you guys litigate, it doesn't happen like that across the world. He was like, he said in India, there's no such thing as falling in front of someone's building and then suing them. And that got me to thinking. I was like, never really thought about that. Never heard anyone like mention it like that. But he was like, yo, we're so litigious in America. He was like, yo, you basically can sue somebody for hurting your feelings. Yeah. He was like, across the world, you can't do that. But I never really thought about that, like, and how that can affect our economy. Because what he was saying is, we created this whole insurance industry, and most of it's based upon us suing each other.
Yep.
I said, damn, never thought about it that way. Anyway, the podcast is interesting. It's dope. Go check it out. Oh, the name of the podcast again is called, and again, shout out to Don, because, I found it in his group. They were talking about it. Millionaires Unveiled. And Don, I'm pissed at you too, because you already was down with it. You ain't put me down, man. Like, I need to know, like, Don priority on 308. I just found out yesterday. Like,
are we really friends, Don? You really been
put me down with the fire. Whatever podcast you holding out on me, Don, like, what's really good, man? You got the $40 podcast where we got to talk to you, I mean? All right, so LaJoya says next year this year. By the way, that is a podcast too, though. I'll get to that in a second. But Dude talks to everybody who's at different parts of the underworld. But we won't come back to that. LaJoya says next year this time he will be applying to medical school. That's CJ. What kind of doctor does he want to be? Does he know yet?
Yeah, he wants to be a physician's assistant, which is
PA. Okay.
Yeah, so
PAs make bread and have none of the liability.
Exactly.
I remember talking to a PA. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna put her name out there, but she went to Central. But I saw her one time. She's a PA, and she was in 255. So I was like, you never want to go to medical school be a doctor? She was like, I can maximize my money, but she's like, the doctor I work for, he got to carry all the insurance and pay all the bills. She was like, so no. I was like, I never thought about that. Anyway,
Yep.
The best thing teaching high schoolers is that they are old enough to catch.
Don talking about beating up the youth.
Don, you can't go put your hands on these kids, Don. Chill, bro.
You got clappers, young boy.
Appreciate that, Pascal. Yes, everybody, hit that like button. You know
hit the like and love button.
Yeah. What's up with the Millionaire Podcast and Don's group? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Millionaires Unveiled. Yeah, that joint is fire. So what's the man's? I guess you were saying what's the name again? I'm gonna find that episode out too, because it's really early on. The dude's name with the million plus self-insured 90% in one commercial building. I was telling Don in the group yesterday. I said, "Yo, that messed with my anxiety, yo."
Like I said, 1 and 0 are too close, bro.
Dog, like, could you imagine? Like,
woo.
I'm like, at that point, I never forget. I was watching a Google talk. And the dude was coming into Google talking about personal finance. Now, his thing is he's one of the proponents of VTI. I forgot the guy's name, JL something or another. But he was talking, and he went into Google, and they all got their stock options. He was like, yo, sell all your Google stock. They was like, how you gonna come to Google and tell everybody to sell their Google stock? He was like, a lot of y'all too concentrated in one company. He's like, I don't care that you work here. You still too concentrated in one company. Yeah, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy to go tell employees that on their employer's soil. Yeah. But anyway, all right. So dude's name is right here. It's episode 3. His name is Mo. I don't think they give his full names, probably for security reasons. Yeah, but it's episode 3 of Millionaires Unveiled. He's worth $1.6 million, and 90% of it is in one commercial property. Crazy. But the podcast overall is a dope podcast. So make sure you guys check that out. That's a scary notion. Absolutely, it's a scary notion. The difference between the PA and the MD is malpractice insurance. PA specialize and only need 2 years of school. After an undergraduate degree, $200K for 6 years of school or less, make it $300K more loan. So that's interesting. You say that, LaJoy. I saw a YouTube video earlier this week, and the guy was talking about doctors have higher salaries, but does it really matter when you factor in how much it costs to be a doctor? And he was breaking down the math all kinds of different ways. And he was saying if you come out of school and you start to invest, and he was just using the S&P 500 index, using the math on that, and you start to work right away and you're able to contribute whatever you can contribute versus going to the medical school, although you're going to make more money, that time you're not going to get. So he broke it down and was saying that, some would argue mathematically that you can do better by not becoming a doctor.
Yo, so I was telling the kids in my program that mathematically, if you become a plumber at 18 and start investing, you'll invest more than 99% of people in the world. Like
Interesting. Interesting.
plumbers,
You say that.
yeah, plumbers and electricians make like 75, 80, 100K once they finish their apprenticeship. They
So
make five during their apprenticeship.
it's context to that too. But it's interesting you say that because I just finished listening to an episode of that same podcast where a dude was a plumber and was a millionaire, but he brought that up on a YouTube video, and what he said was, but the thing is, you're gonna work harder for that, right? So if you're a plumber, you're gonna have to physically.
Oh yeah, you going to grind.
He was like, you go to school, doctor or not, you do something else. You can sit behind a desk in the air and live life. That's why I think right now STEM, we got to get our kids in STEM, yo.
Yo, so
tech is where it's at.
So, nah, man, listen. So I was just with a bunch of kids, inner city Philadelphia youth, right? And we got a pathway program where they either become welders, electricians, carpenters. You know, basically we got to join with all of the unions.
Yeah, yeah.
And for them to become apprentices. And they're coming out of school, so they're making like 55 as 18 and 19 years, 55,000.
Dog, people are taking a 6-month certs in a tech game, getting into cybersecurity, making like 200 grand.
Whoa, listen, no, this is
so it's like
no. I'm just saying, right? And then I was about to say that we got some kids who got certs while they were there, and they came out making like 120. They was making more than their teachers, like making more than the teachers at the school.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school. And this is a story I tell everybody. Me and my best friend from around my way. I went to college, and he went to this place called Lincoln Technical Institute, and he learned a trade basically, and started working for T-Mobile coming straight out of high school. So after 6 months at Lincoln Tech, he got a job at T-Mobile where he was helping to put up the poles.
He was on our podcast.
Yeah. He came out of high school, out of Lincoln Tech making 75K while I was still in debt. And crazy. And
well, I think the biggest point of this whole thing is that when you start to do, like, you analyze,
you gotta just do math. Like,
you gotta start taking debt.
So much more money. Well, I caught him only because I'm actually good at entrepreneurship. But like for a long time, he made so much more money than I did.
But what I'm saying is this, though. In the past, I know, at least with the generation before me, people would talk about salaries, but wouldn't talk about the debt that it took to get the salaries.
Man,
what I'm saying is, we gotta have that. That has to be
the whole conversation needs to be had.
Yeah, that has to be part of the conversation. Like, if I'm going to go to be an attorney or a doctor or something like that,
you got to know what that comes with.
And I'm walking around with $500,000 in debt, and there are doctors out there with $500,000 in debt.
Easy.
Like, even if I make a nice salary, like, I'm doing nothing but running on a treadmill. So I mean, it's something to be talked about.
Yeah, man. Not to say you shouldn't do these other things. You just got to know.
PA is the way to go. Don says, I do remember that episode. Yeah, that was a wild episode, bro. So yeah, that's the JL Collins. That's the dude's name. Yeah, I like JL Collins too, because he just be like this matter of fact. He's always a proponent of investing only in VTSCX, the mutual fund. He believes it has more than enough diversity. Absolutely. So, but I thought it was funny because he went on Google's campus to Googlers and was like, "Yo, sell your company stock." I was like, "Yo, my man got a lot of nerve." All right, but listen though. Speaking of Google, speaking of tech. Speaking of everything going on in the tech sector right now, because there's a lot of money flowing into that sector. I was reading an article today. I want to get all you guys' opinion on, everybody watching, as well as Corey here. It was from a Bank of America analyst, and he sees trouble ahead for tech stocks despite big inflows. So, strategist at BFA Global Research, which is Bank of America, he sees second half trouble for technology stocks, even as the sector took in its largest inflow in 10 weeks. Right, so the tech-heavy Nasdaq has gained 28%, fueled by mega cap stocks, and excitement over the business potential of artificial intelligence. B of A pointed to the correlation between the surge in central bank liquidity and the NASDAQ over the past 15 years. Central bank balance sheets are down 3 trillion, yet NASDAQ wants new highs. So what he's saying is everything don't jive.
Yeah.
A couple interesting things about that is when you start to look at the actual market, it's like 7 to 9 companies holding this whole joint up, right? I mean, Google, Facebook, Amazon, Nvidia, Netflix, Microsoft, like is Tesla. It's a handful of companies getting all these inflows and activity that's holding this whole entire market up. So I thought this was interesting, right? And it's very interesting because, again, people are talking about the tech sector and what the market is doing, but there's like a lot of stuff happening in the world. I was on Twitter today. I'm gonna share that with you too, Core.
Wow.
And I came across this tweet. No, it's no pun, but it came across this tweet, and it was saying that this was breaking. It's the first place I saw it was Twitter. The funny thing about this is I saw it reported on Yahoo Finance and everything like hours later, but everything breaks on Twitter first. Rite Aid is preparing to file Chapter 11 within a few weeks. It says the U.S. has now seen 402 bankruptcies in 2023, more than the entire 2022. We're on track to see nearly 700 bankruptcies this year. That's the most since 2010. Corporations are feeling the pain of higher rates. So, and then it gives a indication of what the bankruptcies look like per year. Let me see if I can pull that up to get a better picture. So look at this right here. U.S. bankruptcy filings per year. And look where we're at in 2023.
Damn.
Yeah, right? But meanwhile, you got these tech stocks like holding the entire market up. Like, we got to really be careful. So my point of showing this is just to understand that
well, we've been talking about that because like over the last 10 or 15 years, we've been saying like the market overall hasn't done that great. It's been 12 to 15 stocks that's just been dragging the whole market up.
In the words of my man Jon Snow, man, winter is coming, man. So that's all I want my folks to prepare. Just understand winter is coming. So just be prepared. You know what I mean? Let's get a couple more of these comments. But I want to show you guys those couple things. Don't want these kiddos to have debt. If you want to go live at the place for school, they give you a full ride. These are facts. Rite Aid isn't even in Florida. They know they were still in business. Oh, yeah. It's Rite Aid's all over the hood.
Yeah. Rite Aid and Walgreens.
I was listening to the Power of Africa conference on YouTube today, and someone defines STEAM as science, tech, engineering, art, and math in the metaverse. And I like it. I would throw in an extra E for entrepreneurship. Yeah. Yeah, I was sitting there like, all right, we're getting too many letters at this point.
Yeah.
Like, let's just call it SAM and say science and math. Yeah. So let's shorten it up. I was sitting there trying to figure it out. Science, tech, engineering, art, math, metaverse, and then that's a lot. But anyway, that's where I think our focus should be. Personally, it's been that way in America. There are only a handful of automakers, pharmaceutical companies, hospitals, investment firms, banks, etc. So I want to create an investment strategy based on hunting companies that are on their way out the door.
You need to talk to Dave.
Go talk to our brother Diamond Dave. He's the master of that. That's his bag right there. Let me see. Every 6 months or so, someone added another year. We eventually will have everything encompassed in one acronym. But yeah, I say we short that we go back to say science and math, man. But I understand the need for arts too. He said, I know. That's where I heard it first, Diamond Dave. So yeah, I just want everybody to be aware of that. What's really going like so sometimes you can look at the market every day and you see certain things and think that you want it to be one way, but it's the other way. In the words of Marlo, because underlying, there's a lot of craziness happening in the world. Big businesses are going bankrupt. We have more bankruptcies now. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I just want to make sure folks are prepared because winter is coming. That's all. Any thoughts on you about that, Core?
No, they not lying. Like the math been mathing for the last 15 years. The market had 2 down years in the last 15 years. And one was because of a global pandemic and one because of a mortgage bubble. And really everything beyond that is been up, but it's really been held up by like 12 to 15 companies that's just been like it has such great exponential growth that has just dragged the whole market. So, you got your outlier companies, but besides that, you know what I mean? Like it's just been nuts. So, and then you got these outlier companies that are just tagging along with that. But if those companies ever fall to those 12 to 15 companies, you see when they take a dip, the market take a smash. You know what I mean? So you just got to be very careful. You got to trade careful.
So, on a comment on what Michelle said, try not to OD on financial education, but betting on a downfall is just a great idea. It can be, right? I guess the great thing about betting on a downfall, I heard Dave say this before one time too. Eventually, you'll be right, and everybody tell you how much of a genius you are. But it depends upon how often you do it, because for the most part, right? So markets go up and down, but they primarily go one way. So you just gotta be careful. You gotta place correct, bets. But I don't like to bet. I like to invest. So for me, when things go down, I'm trying to just accumulate. I want to stay accumulating. Love that Marlowe quote. Simple but powerful. Listen, that's another one. I'll get these wire quotes off. Do you think more banks will fail?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. But I think the big ones will be okay. The big ones are going to take advantage of this and become even more powerful. I don't think JP Morgan is going anywhere.
Neither is Morgan Stanley.
B of A. I'm gonna tell you now. Somebody you gotta watch out for though is Wells Fargo.
Yeah, they in trouble.
Yo, within the last week, I got like 3 different lawsuit joints from Wells Fargo, and
I mean, but that's they normal though.
Dog, it's more than normal. There's more than normal recently, and I just got another one too. Hold up, let me see. I'm got it right here. I just got another one today. It comes from, and these are from like security violations.
Whatever they want at Wells Fargo.
Just got 2. I want to make sure I don't show my address on here, but I just got 2 more joints today, and these are lawsuit joints, straight up.
They giving you checks?
Yo, I already filled out for the last 2. I showed you one last week. They coming like crazy right now. I said, yo, pause. But Wells Fargo in trouble, bro. Like, I always get them every year, but this is like, they like this. It's like weekly. I said people are going after Wells Fargo.
Because Wells Fargo.
And I saw Wells Fargo back out of the mortgage game too. So I'm like, something going on over there. I saw Buffett get rid of his stake in Wells Fargo. I said, what's something going over at Wells Fargo, dog? But anyway, to answer that question though, I do think that some of the smaller ones will fail. I think the big boys will be okay. Question from Felicia: How do you feel about the housing market? Great question. I think real estate is such a local thing that
just be aware of what's going on locally.
Not investment advice, but a little bit of transparency. I've been shorting the real estate market for a while. This actually hasn't played out great for me as of yet, but I got some nice leaps with a lot of time behind them. And my concern when I shorted the market was really about the office sector, because I see what's happening in the office sector. Or should I say the lack of what's happening in the office sector. But real estate is such a local thing, because when I look at real estate data every day and I look outside of, say, our city, I see a difference in what's happening in their, like, even residential market. Certain markets, like across the Sun Belt, their values of are plummeting. When meanwhile, in the Northeast, our values are really holding steady. They're going down a little bit in some places, but some of them are actually going up. So it all depends upon exactly where you are within the real estate market. It's such a local thing. You know what I mean? I've heard people I don't know, maybe Dawn can speak to this better, but I've heard people from California tell me their market is really struggling right now. I don't know that, but I've heard people tell me that. So let's see.
I know a lot of Californians live near me. They all moving to Texas.
Yo, I think everybody moving to Texas, dog. Y'all about to, I don't know, it's gonna be too crowded.
It's wide open. No, it can't be too crowded. It's so wide open. It's almost
everybody
impossible.
I know that's moved over the last couple of years. Everybody going to Texas. Hurricane came through here. I was prepared. Grabbed my fiat, my real money, my wallet, and then I packed like you won't catch me slipping. Yeah, way to get out of there. Citigroup is in financial trouble too. PNC is not going anywhere. They gobble up the week. Wells Fargo better get it in order, or they're going to be PNC.
Man, or one of these other big banks.
That's
Somebody.
the thing, though. But the thing about Wells Fargo was the whale. Wells Fargo at some point they were battling for number two with who was it? Bank of America. So
Yeah,
J.P. Morgan Chase is the number one. Wells Fargo was floating around two or three for a while, but yo, they remember a couple years ago they got in trouble for like just straight making up fake accounts.
yeah,
They just be wilding over there.
yeah.
Industrial REITs are okay. It's the office REIT I would avoid. Yeah, so office sector is in trouble. Still multiple offers in some areas of San Diego. It's changing though. More price reductions. A lot of price reductions. I do see that sometimes a lot too. People be thinking their property is worth everybody think their house is the Taj Mahal, and it's just not. So, but that's my thoughts overall on the real estate market, man. So let's get ready to do our giveaway. Like I said, we're not gonna be here long.
Be here for a good time.
Man. Listen, for everybody watching, first of all, if you're an MDC member, we want to say thank you. We appreciate you. A lot of new
I'll be
members.
back through there this week, y'all. I had to get my life in order, man.
Yeah, I saw a lot of folks that had a lot of folks left and come back because, we are $1 a day now. Shout out to those that have cashed out the last several weeks in our weekly plays. But let me get this wheel of names up. We get ready to do a quick giveaway. Also, make sure to, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really are trying to work on our YouTube game. You know what I'm saying? Content drop every day. And shout out to all our new YouTube subscribers because we do got a bunch of new ones, but we still trying to work and get our YouTube numbers up. We're not trying to be like fresh and fit and getting kicked off the platform, but we're still trying to do.
Yo, they got kicked off the platform for suing other platforms. They dumb.
Well, they still on them. They didn't get kicked off, but they got demonetized. Well,
I mean, you might as well got kicked off.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess, but it's two ways to look at it. All the eyes are on YouTube, so if you still can get some views over there to help build your brand, I don't know.
They lost millions of dollars.
Pascal says MDC website link doesn't work. It always directs me to a teachable. That is the MDC link.
Yeah, that is. That's it.
It.
That's it.
It's hosted on Teachable. But once you sign up via Teachable, it then takes you to our back office. Everything happens on Circle. So, but that is where you sign up, which is on the Teachable link.
Yeah, it's all linked together.
So Don says, pay attention to what Citigroup does with the U.S. government contract. So now I got to watch Citi. Maybe shorten their life away. I wonder what Rite Aid is looking like after that news broke after hours. I like how they conveniently told the story of that den. All right, so let me see. Everybody putting their ones in. Let me check that out real fast while we're waiting for everybody to put their ones up.
Throw your ones in the air. Throw your ones in the air. Buck like you don't care.
All right, let's see. Yeah, man. So WFC and Citi may merge.
That'd be crazy. Citigroup already merged. They merged with Travelers.
Damn, that was a while ago.
It was, but I'm just saying. Travelers, ING, and Citigroup merged all together because they were struggling before. And now they about to have to do it again because they're struggling. What are they doing?
Yo, let me show you this chart real fast, Corey. This is hilarious. See, if somebody had this information, this is how people get locked up for insider trading because somebody caught this. This is Rite Aid's chart. This is a daily Rite Aid chart, right? And you already know somebody caught this.
Yeah, man.
This is how people get caught for insider trading. Someone had the news. Like
one of 71 cent.
Yo.
Yo, what was the top price? I can't see that top price.
All right, let me go to the 12-month candles and let's see what the 12 months look like. What was it like? That's wow, bro.
What was the price a year ago?
All right, so let's see. These are all 12-month candles.
So what was that price there?
That's a couple years ago, though. So if this is right now, we at what?
71 cent.
So a couple years ago, we was at 163.
$163 down to 71 cent. Lord.
Yeah, somebody caught that.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
He she.
As
No
LL
fish.
says, or whatever LL said.
Yeah, man. Skeevy. Yo.
See, here's the
Dang.
problem with that. Thing is, playing puts is normally a long game, like a year or two, just waiting for it to drop. I love it. You just have to have money you can park. But the problem is, theta works against you when you play puts long term. Your
Yeah.
puts will get smacked while you're waiting. You got to have literally millions of billions of dollars to play the long term big put game like that. Like it's yeah. They make it so
Yeah.
it's kind of difficult to do.
Yeah. They don't want the everyday Joe
All right, so I
catching.
like this one from Pascal saying, "I'm bearish long term on Roku, Foot Locker, and Carvana." I could see that. I still don't even know how Roku exists right now, but that's either here nor there.
Easy, Jim Jeezy. I
No,
told
no,
you.
no, no shade, no shade. It's just that I never heard someone say, "Yo, my Roku, like it's Fire Stick, man." You know what I'm saying? Free Omni and a Hellcat. All right, hold up, real quick though. Let me get to this wheel of names.
They moving them TV units because every time I go on Walmart or a store like that or any of them Jones, all is moving is them Roku TVs. That's it.
Oh man, I don't see that. I just that ain't what I see. That's why I would. But I used to ask you all the time, like, yo, how's Roku like?
Everybody's buying Roku TVs. Like every black person I know got at least one Roku TV.
Yo, anybody in the chat who got a Roku TV? Does anybody got a Roku TV? I personally got Samsungs, but who got a Roku TV?
I got 3 of them Jones.
I want to know if anybody got a Roku TV. All right, let's go back though.
All right.
Insider trading on Rite Aid. What I was saying is, I could see how that happens when I see those huge red candles like today where it dropped below 70 cents.
Yeah, somebody in Congress caught that move.
Somebody in Congress. Kathy Woods say Roku gonna be 700 by 2027.
Kathy Woods is a maniac.
I got no. Listen, man. Y'all keep following Kathy Wood all y'all want to.
Yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say.
Wild. Anyway,
hey, Kathy Wood. You know the thing about operating like Kathy Wood is, and this is no shade to her. Shout out to Kathy Wood. But when you out here saying crazy stuff like that, all it takes for one thing to be right, and everybody gonna think you a genius.
yeah,
They're gonna forget the fact that you was wrong 62 times, but that one right time,
that 63rd time, baby.
That's what they're gonna think about.
Lorraine,
$700.
Yeah, she's tripping.
They probably gonna get acquired.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad acquisition.
Like my thing is, what's their moat? What do they have that separates them from it? Like, I don't know. Like, just don't get it. Just don't get it.
Man's done. Pascal.
Can you program Pascal? Can a white man dance? All right, let's see. Rock is in the building.
Yeah. Dawn. Okay, Diggy. Dr. Chess. Callie. Michelle. Cookie. Cajon.
What else we got?
Gregory.
What up, Greg? You said Greg.
And Jamil.
All right, I think that's everybody. So Lorraine and Rock both got Roku TVs. I'm a tad late, but I made it. I'm going to rewind, so I'll be 40 minutes behind. Appreciate that. So when you catch up to this, I want to say salute to you. Appreciate you. All right. It's never used a Fire Stick in my life. Yo, gotta get the 4K Fire Stick.
Yeah, I got like 10 of them Jones.
I used to have a Roku stick, but I used the box that my internet provider, Xfinity. Okay, got you. Kids have a Fire Stick. Said Nancy Pelosi caught that dropping right aid.
Nancy was sitting right there with her hands out.
All right. Any of y'all up on NPC streaming? Cats and making TK. Yo, I've seen some of this show. I don't even know. All right, so I'm at a loss for words because the internet has shown me some things where it's like, and I sit back and say, this is where we are. This right here might take the cake. This is even more like wilder in my mind. It's even wilder than Sexy Red and some of the stuff she says. Like, I can't believe that's a thing. I thought I had seen it all when I realized that people were making money with those what they call it, WM videos, Get Ready With Me, where people literally go in front of the camera and they get dressed to go out and they tell you about what they're putting on and they get all kinds of millions of views. I thought that was like, okay, this is where we are. But the NPC stuff is really blowing my mind.
No, you don't.
Yo, Pinky Doll, shout to Pinky Doll, because that's that NPC. She makes a ton of money, and her OnlyFans leaked on the timeline. And I said, all right, she's doing NPC on the OnlyFans, but no, she's
showing the cooter.
Yeah, she's going all the way there. But not that I saw it. That's allegedly. Oh man, listen, I saw that story about Putin, right? I saw the story about the boy, and I was like, yeah, Mark, I gotta get ready for a flight tomorrow, bro. Mark, you ain't put your one up, man. I'm giving you a chance to put your one up. What's good with you? What's the name of the podcast that Jimmy? All right, so I'm gonna give you that podcast name again. I want y'all to check it out. I think it's a dope podcast. And again, shout out to my brother Don. And I think it's dope because they get right to it. There's not a lot of fluff, not a lot of BS. It's just, wealth talk. Millionaires Unveiled. Yes, Millionaires Unveiled is the name of the pod. And it's 308 episodes. So, Dawn, I have a speaking gig this weekend in Utah. I'll be speaking about AI and its role in real estate valuation. I'm leading a roundtable, so this will be fun. I was in a meeting today, and dude said AI so many times, and I'm like, yo, what he was talking about wasn't even AI, but he said AI so many. I swear I can't wait till this is over. This is worse than crypto, by the way. Far worse.
Yeah.
Far worse. All right, so we got Mark and Champ I got to put in there. I use Roku boxes for my cable with Spectrum. Interesting.
Told you. They everywhere, dog.
A few chapters in on CAS. Crazy. I posted today about Nazis studying the U.S. before their rollout.
Yep.
CAS is a top 5 to 10 book, period. Just that simple.
Yeah, man. Her penmanship is crazy. Yeah. Her refusal to use the word racism in that book and the way she broke it down.
Yeah. The Honorable Isabel Wilkerson did her thing with that book.
Yeah, like her refusal to use the word. Like, this ain't racism. This is something crazier than racism. Like, she's sick. Her pen is sickening. So
Pascal says, I didn't know AI was around in the 1950s. E-Vs were around since 1830s. No idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. As Nasser Benaludurad Jones once said. Dude that Putin silenced used to be a prisoner who got out and started a hot dog stand, flipped it into a high-end restaurant, built up oligarch connections. Talk about the land of opportunity. How did it all end up for him, though?
Getting shot down.
He ended up getting put in the blunt.
Rolled up.
He got turned into a pack. All right, so yeah, Millionaires Unveiled, got it. Putin don't play, y'all. I do a book a week. Next year, I'm going to read 9 books 6 times. I think that might be one of the 9. So, Michelle, interesting you say that, right? Do you use Goodreads, Michelle? I think you do. But if you go to my Goodreads and you go back and look at my own Goodreads, I'm JW the Blueprint like I am on everything else. I went for like a long period of time, maybe a decade, where I was reading a book a week. So it's 52 books a year. And I slowed down. I moved it to 26. I cut it directly in half because what I realized is I was going through books so fast that I wasn't sitting with them. I wasn't
Long
sitting
enough.
with the books the way I should. I wasn't taking notes properly. I wasn't digesting the information. So I tuned it down. I said, all right, let me cut it in half. Then I cut that in half. So actually less than half. Now I just do one book per month. And the reason I'm only doing 12 books now as opposed to the 52 is because quality over quantity, I guess, is what I'm really looking for at this point. I want to only read things that add value to me. So this year, I'm going to finish it. I'll probably finish my 12 books, but I spent a lot more time with the books. For instance, that book, and I think it's one of the books you read this year, which is the Data book, which talks about don't trust your gut. I sat with that book for a minute and really digested what was being said. So that was my logic in scaling back from reading so many books because I felt like, yo, I was just on to the next one, on to the next one, and not really sitting with them. So that's kind of where I'm at now. But definitely use Goodreads. It's a way to share the stuff that you're reading. It's how I discover new books, see what other folks are reading. So that's one of the best books I read this year. Don't trust your gut. I'm reading a book that's been around for a while now. A lot of folks have read it, but I'm reading it now. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know how they made this into a TV show. It's Our Kind of People. It's an older book. I got Yorugus on, and the Yorugu, I'm not going to be able to like just breeze through that. That's heavy. Putin is a real live gangster.
Facts.
I only use AI for certain productivity tasks. I don't use my name, likeness, or voice print. I'm not interested in terms and conditions around it. Folks have signed that stuff away in perpetuity because they didn't read. Don't Trust Your Gut was awesome. It was an excellent book. It was an excellent book. Putin had him killed because he had the his rebellion group. When I found out my man had his own army, I was like, oh, you can actually do that? I'm like, hold up, I can get my bread up and go cop me an army? Like, that's what we doing?
Oh yeah, Rockefeller, like Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, that's what we doing now?
Well, they do that here. You know they do that here in the United States. The government just don't offer because we got so much firepower here.
I mean, so I know people have like, their private security.
Oh, no. It's whole like you live in a state where there's more militias per square foot than anywhere in the world, bro.
Understood, but it's not what Main Man had over there. Main Man had tanks, planes, missiles. Yo, he had a legit army. Like Main Man did, he had what they had. You know how the lock say we got the ish that the government got. Like he was living that. He didn't have private security. Main Man had that work. He had his own tanks, yo. Yeah, in Russia, if you got the money and influence, yeah, they just I didn't know that was a thing, yo. So Don says, I read Our Kind of People. I thought it was an interesting way of living and understand the reason why. Yo, Don, I'm early in the book and sis is going off, like talking about she hating dark skinned folks right now, and she's wilding. But anyway, secret security firms are here in the US. Mark, they don't got tanks, planes, missiles though. Main man got his own tanks. When I say he got his own tanks, well, he had his own tanks.
He had his own tanks. My man got is a dirt net right now.
Russia is a larger place that spans 12 time zones and multiple ethnic groups. Yo, Main Man had his own tanks though, B.
like my man was living like Don't Be a Menace. My man had a whole rocket launcher and everything in the trunk.
Yeah, like he had his own tanks. All right, man. Let's get this spinning, man. Shout to everybody. Shout to everybody for the support. Check out the most recent podcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and tell your friends and family to do the same. That is our goal. And remember, if you win, let us know you're still here. Once we know you're still here, you can shoot myself by the hood or Corey a message, and we'll get you paid out this evening. But let's get this spinning. And good luck to everyone. Our first winner, and the winner is my man, LaJoya.
She a cheater.
LaJoya with the W. All right. Before we spin for the last, he was on some top level GTA stuff. Yo, I was reading a story today. See, I'll be out of the loop sometimes with like pop culture and what's happening in like pop culture. That the rapper Gunplay was allegedly playing GTA, and his chick told him like get off the system or something, and he pulled a gun out on her. He pulled a shotgun out on his own like baby mom. Like I was like, yo, like, did he think he was in the game?
What kind of weirdo do you have to be?
Yo, some of the stuff I read in the news, dog, like we didn't even
Like,
talk about
how emotionally fragile do you have to be?
we didn't even talk about the mugshots that just dropped. Like the world is just in a wild place. The
I don't
world
know
is
none of that stuff. Like I haven't been. I don't follow none of that stuff no more, bro.
yeah, the world is just in a wild place, right? But anyway, I saw that story across the timeline. I was like, I hope this is fake news, but it probably isn't. Anyway,
I realized that like social media was being bad for my health, man. Like it
oh
was
no,
just,
it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
I was like, I feel so much better that I only consume social media a half hour a day. I limit myself to a half hour a day.
You ever see them? There's a dude on TikTok. There's two of them. One of them is called like one of them is the girl that goes around and asks everybody this what they do for a living or what's their salary.
Yeah,
It's called Salary Street. There's another one. There's a white guy. He goes around and finds people like he believes has money, and asks them what they do for a living.
yeah,
But it was interesting. He had found this one guy, and the guy was a younger guy. He ended up becoming a millionaire, and they asked him like what kind of advice he would give to someone. And dude's advice was like, um, basically, be careful with social media. He was like, once he actually got to the money, he realized that everybody he was chasing or thought had the money were dead broke, were just in debt, and how everything is a lie. And I said, yeah, social media is tough, bro. But there's also positives with social media too.
it is. But that's why I said, see, I went cold turkey for about 3 weeks, and now I'm on a half an hour a day because
Okay,
I still got
that's cool.
I got to catch up. You know what I mean? I do got to stay abreast of what's going on.
No, it's cool. Like yeah. I mean, I don't be on there a whole lot. I'm gonna get these memes off.
You
A lot of
got to.
people like,
Got to
people
cook.
like all he do is come and drop a meme and then disappear.
It wouldn't be right.
Yeah, I drop a meme and then disappear. Anyway, again, subscribe to the podcast audio. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Watch our newest podcast. For the last person, remember, let me know you're still here. And by the way, LaJoya, you ain't let me know you were still here though. I'm just gonna put that out there. Let me know you're still here, and we'll take care of you. And good luck to everybody. Our second winner this evening, and the winner is
Ooh.
Raphael. Congratulations, good brother. Shoot me a message. Shoot me a message and remind me. I will make sure you get paid this evening. Probably within the next good 20 to 30 minutes. I gotta go over some stuff with Core before I bounce. But 20, 30 minutes, I'll make sure LaJoya and Raphael get paid. That this is Raphael still here. LaJoya did check in. Let me know you still here. You know what I'm saying? As long as you still here. Kahan says congrats to the winners. Chad says congratulations. Yep, Tweak Talk is in the building. That's what's up. So yeah, make sure both you guys shoot me a message. I will take care of you. Outside of that, though, man, Core, what else you got going on? Man, you see anything good? Listen to anything good? Watch anything good of sports? You ready for football season?
Yeah, my fantasy football draft is tomorrow. I haven't watched a second of preseason football. I haven't done any of that because I've been moving and
appreciate that, Michelle. Yeah, my fantasy draft is.
I've been doing so much with my family over the last month that I haven't done anything else.
Hey man, that's what you're supposed to do, man. That's what you're supposed to do.
No, because when like I said, I'm mission focused, and my mission was to get my family where we are right now. So, once that mission is over, now I can get back, into the other things that I was doing. But the first mission was get my son on the college campus, get my kids. My kids started school this month. My oldest son started college, and I moved my family across the country.
So CJ is staying on campus?
Yeah, it's his first time away from home.
Oh, I hope you get a
well, not really, because my man was in Morocco for 3 weeks last year. So yeah, man, this is not his first time away from home. It's his first time away.
College campus is different, bro. You gotta have that talk with him about, especially he out there in Texas with them the milk ladies. Like he gotta be careful, man.
Well, so first week on campus, he's already part of the Black Student Union. He has a job at Starbucks, and he's on the esports team. So,
Nice.
and he got 4 classes. So if he got time to do anything else,
Nice. Congratulations, man. And yo, and also LaJoya as well as Corey, congratulations on y'all move to Houston. That's big. So, that's dope though, man.
yeah, man.
So I'm gonna answer this question before we get out of here though. Jamil says Shannon at ESPN. I'm glad you asked that question because someone said something to me yesterday. I didn't even think about it. So Shannon is going to ESPN, I think, for a couple days a week to be with Stephen A. and Michael Irvin, Little Wayne, Richard Sherman. Like the board has got a whole cavalcade of men coming to help him to hold him down in terms of Skip. But what was interesting to me is someone told me yesterday. They said, "Do I think that Shannon and Stephen A. will work?" And I said, "Why wouldn't it work? Because Shannon has a huge following, Stephen A. has a following." And what he said to me is, "It's two black men debating." They said the allure of a lot of those shows
It's the
are,
black man and the white man.
yeah, I never actually, not that I didn't think about that, because obviously I thought about that, but I didn't think that maybe it wouldn't work for that reason. Maybe I was naive. I just didn't think about it.
Yeah,
And I said,
because you
I
gotta
don't
look,
know.
you gotta still think that most of America is still white.
Yeah, so I was sitting there thinking, like, so what's your thoughts on that, Core? Do you think that that is a part of what makes those shows get so high numbers? Is that
Yes,
dichotomy of,
100%. Because you got one person that thinks like the majority, and then one person that actually thinks, and then, but now you got two people that don't, you know,
so I was, so that called that made me start looking things up. I started doing some research, and then what I found out was when Shannon left Fox, the person that they wanted to give the job to was Max Kellerman, but they didn't give the job to Max Kellerman because they didn't want two white guys. They wanted to have
that
that look.
dichotomy.
Yeah, so I was like, that's interesting. Never thought about that, but I'm interested to see how all the new shows look. I'm not really a big fan of either one of the shows, to be honest with you. Anyway, I see clips. I don't watch the shows because to me, sports media is really a joke at this point. Because what I know from having friends in that space is half of the stuff they say they don't believe. They say whatever they think is going to get clicks and to go viral. So it's hard for me to watch in general, but I'm interested to see for that reason. So that's why I'm glad you asked. Did I hear you say someone hates dark skinned people? Did I hear that wrong? So what I was talking about is the book I'm reading now. Our kind, well, what is it? Our kind of your kind of people. It's a book that's been around for a while, but I had never gotten around to reading it. It's called Our Kind of People. Yeah, Our
I
Kind
actually
of
read
People.
that book about 5 years ago, 6 years
It's
ago.
it's an older book, but so I'm reading through it, and the first part of dealing with colorism,
Yeah,
and the chick is
that
just
book,
talking like
wow.
crazy about dark skinned folks, even though she's a
Yeah,
black woman herself.
yeah,
Crazy.
that book is wild. So I actually found out about that book. Um, I was um I was doing a presentation for the school district of Philadelphia, and that was one of the books that they had on the list to read for diversity. Like they had it for diversity reasons or whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was part of the diversity training. It was one that book came up as part of diversity training.
Got you. So Dawn says, safe travels, Corey. Congrats for staying the course and getting your family to H Towns. Appreciate that, Dawn.
Thank you, Dawn.
Greg says, congrats. Y'all know Trump is 6'3", 215. I think, maybe he self-reported that. But I don't know about that one.
I don't know about two. I don't know about 215 either, bro.
I saw that one. I don't know about that. Pascal says Stephen A thinks like the majority though. We'll see. We'll see whether that crossover appeal is enough. I love Mondays when Michael Irvin appears on First Take. We'll see how things go for either show. Michael Irvin be out there wilding, y'all. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I think
My
Michael
man
Irvin
used to smoke crack right before football games. So he used to smoke coke right before football games.
Hey, listen, but still was out there getting busy though. He still was one of the best doing it.
Yo, my man started smoking coke in college playing for the U. My man was wild.
Listen, man, shout out to Michael Irvin. We'll see how both shows play out though. For the winners, hit me up. Everybody else, listen, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will be back here next Friday. Stay in tune with all the content. Mache, I did see some of the comparison photos on Twitter, so it is what it is though. All right, y'all. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next Friday. Stay safe out there, man. And I appreciate y'all for the safe travels. If anybody is in Utah, shoot me a message. I doubt it though.